What's up, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB postseason recap. The Dodgers and Phillies game was absolute madness, and it all came down to this play in the 9th inning. But before that game, we got to recap Game 2 of the Cubs and the Brewers. Also, don't forget to use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek if you're going to any last-minute playoff games, football games, anything like that. And if you haven't tried Underdog Fantasy, they're running a crazy promotion right now. If you put in $5, they're going to give you $100 instantly. Make sure when you download, don't forget to use code Fuzzy. There's also a link in the description. Anyways, let's start talking baseball. There he is. Jackson Chourio is A-okay. He's in the lineup. I thought maybe that hamstring issue was going to be a problem, but having a day off between Game 1 and Game 2 ended up being big. Seiya. He said, Seiya. Again, the tomahawk swing. That ball was 2 or 3 inches above the zone. That ball went 440 feet, so I'm sure Brewers fans were like, okay, here we go. It's going to be one of those games, isn't it? But then Shota got tagged. This wasn't even a bad pitch. Andrew Vaughn was able to get his hands through the zone and barrel up a slider at his hands, obviously. So it's a pair of 3-run home runs to begin this game. The Miz. He's out there making his postseason debut. He's throwing 95-mile-per-hour sliders. There's Ian Happ. He got Carson out, and then he hit all of the emotes. He is so quiet and reserved off the field, but on the field, he's a completely different human. Kind of reminds me of how Tom Brady was back in the day. William Contreras, even with a finger issue, I think at some point in the season or before the season, he broke one of his fingers. He can still rake. The Miz, he's fanning guys left and right. PCA, he fanned on 102 at his eyeballs, and then a slider completely buckled Dansby Swanson. Bush, he flied out on 101, and Jackson's hammy, I mean, again, it seemed completely fine. Look, it's a 3-run jack for Jackson. He turned on 101 out the hand of Danny Palencia and launched it 420 feet for the Brewers' second 3-run home run. They had 7 runs on the day, all of them on the home run ball. Miz is out there still carving. Kyle Tucker waved, and Sal Frelick, he's showing why he might win a Gold Glove out there in right field for the National League. Miz went 3, shut out just 1 base hit, and Abner Uribe, he's so disgusting. I mean, that slider had him flailing because when you throw a 99+ mile-per-hour bowling ball sinker, it will keep you honest. It's just impossible to hit Abner Uribe, who struck out the side with that slider. So the Brewers are up 2-0, and in Game 3, let's do a quick little preview. So this time, Quinn Priester is going. Quinn Priester faced the Cubs 3 times this year. He gave up 10 earned runs with 11 walks in 14 innings. That's like impossibly bad. So according to the laws of he's due, he's got to be due, right? Or not. I mean, these are the playoffs. We have no idea what's about to happen. Jamison Taillon has been awesome since the start of August. He has a 1.5 ERA since that point, and we've already seen him in the playoffs. He went 4 shutout. He held the Padres to just 2 base hits. So who do you have in game number 3? Do you have a sweep, or do you think that it's lined up perfectly for the Cubs to extend it to a 4-game series? Also, back to the actual game before we talk about the Dodgers and the Phillies. Jacob Misiorowski got up to 104.2. I don't know how Kyle Tucker even made contact, but we have 2 guys in this postseason alone throwing 104+ miles an hour. Sometimes I think that people really don't understand just how far baseball has transcended as a sport. Even since the steroid era, like, we have guys putting up steroid-type seasons without the steroids, at least knock on wood, at least we hope that's what's going on. I thought Ryan Braun was clean, and look what happened with him. But come on, 2 guys averaging 102 to 103 miles an hour for an inning or 2 is just ridiculous. I mean, we used to see that once every decade. Now we see it twice in one postseason. Philly cannot go down. Road teams who win the first 2 games are 31-3. Unlike Jackson Chourio, Harrison Bader is not available to start in this game. He's got that groin issue, and that is a big loss because he's been so good for the Phillies ever since he got acquired from the Twins. Ohtani, he's down again. He has 5 strikeouts and 6 plate appearances so far against the Phillies. Mookie, he singled. Teoscar, he took a walk, so it looked like it was about to get ugly. One of those random innings where Jesus Luzardo just not himself. Costi looked like a newborn baby giraffe chopping away, but he did make the play. And Edman, he rolled over, so no damage. Blake Snell, he was striking out everyone. He looked untouchable in this game. Now, things changed a little bit in the 6th because 2 got on for the 2-timer and postseason legend Bryce Harper, but maybe it's just me, and I'm a Bryce Harper fanboy. He doesn't look like himself right now. Neither does Schwarber. And I kind of felt the same about Tatis and Manny and Harper. All of these guys just kind of look tired. Boom. He's swinging on 2-0. Trey almost beat Miggyro, but Miggyro beat him by a millisecond, so another jam avoided. Jesus Luzardo was insane until he wasn't. Teo and Freddie, they both got to him. Freddie with the double. Here comes King Onion Ring. My guy, your friend Kyle, said that live on playback. I thought that was funny. But Orion Kerkering, he came in, he got a strikeout, and then he broke Enrique's bat. Trey, he was so good defensively this year. He's made so many strides, but he missed the throw. He threw it to the wrong side of the dish. That is not on JT Realmuto. That was not a slow tag. I mean, you guys are pretending like Teoscar isn't actually really fast. He dogs it a lot, and he's kind of lazy, but he's still quick. Max Muncy then worked a 4-pitch walk, and Will Smith, man, it felt like this game was over after this. He laced it to shallow left center. It's a 2-run clutcher. Shohei then drove in a huge 4th RBI, but again, it should be 3 outs already, and just the 1-run scoring. Kepler, he tripled, and Trey, he attacked a Emmett Sheehan fastball, so again, it should have been a 1-1 tie. Then for some reason, I like Blake Treinen. He's disgusting. He's a lot of fun to watch. Why did Dave Roberts put in Blake Treinen and not Roki Sasaki? You have a single from Bohm, a double from JT, and Nick Castellanos just put up one of the luckiest swings you will ever see. It is 4-3, and he's safe at second base because Edman completely missed the tag. Then came Bryson Stott, the birthday boy, my friend. He's been a monster for the last 2 months. He's batting over .315 with the 140-something in WRC+. He did his job and got it down, but Costi played it terribly. The Dodgers played it perfectly. Nick Castellanos' lead was bad. His reaction was bad. Now, granted, it was a perfect wheel play, but it's just not good fundamentals in my opinion. Jimmy Rollins spoke on it. He's going to explain it in a second. Harrison Bader, I mean, if Nick was on third base, this would have tied it again if he had a better approach at second or if they just didn't bunt at all. Kepler had a chopper, and Roki, he's in for the final out. Trey put it in play, and it was a stressful final out because Edman short-armed it, Freddie picked it, and quite literally saved the game. It's been a disaster of a series for the Phillies, who honestly I thought was going to win the World Series. I'm going to out myself. I picked them. So before we preview Game 3, I do want to show Freddie Freeman's explanation of the wheel play. It was Mookie Betts' idea, and then also Jimmy Rollins. He spoke on his former team and how he would have played it different.
If we run the wheel play, that means there's going to be no one at second base. So that's when I chimed in. I said, if he bumps to third base, Max, you throw to Mookie. Tommy's going to first. I'll sprint to second base if it's not coming to me. That's why you saw me running to second. So we were just coming up with a plan on the wheel play to make sure we still had every base covered so he couldn't go home to second. Hopefully everyone realizes how hard it is to switch positions and then do it at an elite level that Mookie has done at this year. We were talking about doing a wheel play a couple of weeks ago in a certain situation as well. So that's been on our mind to kind of bring that out in that situation, and that was just the perfect time to do it.
I can dictate a lot of things as a runner. If I take this lead as I'm coming back, Curtis is there, he's holding me on, okay, perfect. The bag is here. They can't pick me off. Third base coach is watching the second baseman. If there's a pick, 2 things. He's going to have to go around me, and I can just cut him off right here. Because if he bumps me, I get the advance to third. As Mookie is hitting there and the pitcher lifts his leg, I can see the ball in the strike zone. I have to anticipate he's going to bunt that pitch. And with no one at second base, I can get down as far as I can. The catcher is not going to run back and try to get me at second base. So as Mookie starts to take off and he goes, I'm going right there with him as fast as I can, as far as I can. The most important thing for those out there, base runners, when you're on second base, find the shortstop. Your third base coach is going to take the second baseman. We're not worried about the pick. They showed us on the first pitch what exactly they're doing. They're crashing. Find the shortstop. Get in his face. I want to feel you. What's going on, Curtis? You good?
Hey. Game 3 preview, we have Yoshinobu Yamamoto versus Aaron Nola. Nola had a 7 ERA on the road this year. Remember, they're in LA for the next 2 games. The last time that we saw him, he did go 8 innings with 9 strikeouts, just 2 base hits, but he's given up 4+ earned runs in 40% of his career playoff starts. Not good. Yamamoto was awesome the last time we saw him. 9 more strikeouts after putting up a sub .8 ERA with 44 strikeouts his final 34 innings of the regular season, but he's a little bit more hittable for some reason in LA, so we'll have to wait and see. And last but not least, the game's happening today. Josh Naylor is in the lineup today against Jack Flaherty. There were rumors that Josh did not make the trip because his wife is about to go in labor, but he is in the lineup, so we have Logan Gilbert versus Jack Flaherty in an even 1-1 tie, and then we have Shane Bieber trying to bury Carlos Rodon in the Bronx. The Yankees, if they lose, it's over. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you later.